YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Dina B from Let's Try and See, and today I have this beautiful fiery smoky eye that I wanted to show you how I got it using a few different palettes. I used the Beauty Sequence palette, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this later on in the video. I also used this Oasis highlight palette, but I didn't use it as a highlighter. One of the palettes have a cream highlighter in it, and I use that to stick my glitter, so be on the lookout for that. And I use the star of the show, my Magic palette by Juvia's Place. So if you're interested in seeing how I got this beautiful fiery red smoky eye, stay tuned. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna need every single person that watches this video to hit that subscribe button. We need to get my subscribers up. You guys, we need to become a beautiful family. So I'm gonna need you to subscribe. Thank you. Stay tuned. On to the video. Okay, so we're starting with my brows already done. And the first color that we're gonna grab out of the Juvia's Place palette, the Magic palette, is that color Kissy. And we're gonna create a base. So we're basically gonna set the concealer that's already under my eye using Kissy. And we're gonna go under my brow bone and really pack it on so that it comes off as mostly white on both eyes. And we're gonna do that so that the other colors that we're gonna use in the future pop a little better. So that's what we're doing here. So yeah, we're using Kissy to basically create our base, and I'm going to use that all over my mobile lid and under my brow, and that's about it for that one. We're gonna go over both eyes so that it's as white as we can get it. So yeah. So then we're gonna go into the Magic palette once again, and we're gonna grab Zakaya. We're gonna grab a fluffy brush, and then we're gonna create that transition shade. I know you guys are probably tired of me starting with Zakaya, but when I tell you this is like my favorite transition shade when I use this palette, just to basically start, you know, my blending techniques. To, you know, start to blend. I like to start with this color, so I apologize if you guys are tired of that, but this color actually works this time for this particular look, so it has a purpose, I promise. But yeah, we're gonna blend Zakaya in really good, and then after Zakaya we're gonna grab Koji in the Magic palette. Here it goes. And we're going to use that color, and we're going to blend that in also. So there we go with those two. So please don't mind my dancing. I'm going to use a makeup wipe, and we're going to take care of this weird line of demarcation that I kind of created at first. We're going to clean that up just so that it doesn't look weird later. I'm going to get any kind of fallout that may be there. And that's why I changed my makeup routine up a little bit by doing, when I do these extravagant brows and eyeshadows, I want to start with that first so that I don't, you know, cause a problem trying to use my, you know, when it's time to put my foundation on. So now here I am with the LA Girl Pro Conceal, but I'm using Cool Tan today. And I'm going to do like a half cut crease. And we're going to use that. And then we're going to go back and grab Kissy from the Magic Palette. And we're going to set that concealer so that it does not move.
With crimson secrets and forbidden bliss, can't stay still, don't stop that thrill. My bones crave your skin, temptation within, mistakes ignite the silence. Nightmares creep while you and me repeat. This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our Oasis highlighting palette, and we're going to use the color Pineapple, which is a cream base, and we're going to put that on top of Kissy that we just used to set that cut crease. So we're going to put that on there, and it actually comes off as a really, really pretty color, but we're not using that for the color. We're using it for the stickiness of the base. And after we create that base, we're going to go into our Beauty Sequins makeup palette, and we're going to use the red glitter, and we're going to pack that on top of that pineapple color. So we're going to use that and grab the red. I'm telling the camera that I don't like these glitters because I don't. They suck. But I already spent my money, so we're going to use them today. So you see me diligently packing this glitter on like my life depended on it, because it does not want to stay. It's one of the most difficult things I've ever used in my life, and I do not like it, but I already bought it, and we're going to use it today. I may give these to my 12-year-old, or well, my 11-year-old when she turns 12. So yeah, but that's what we're using. And we're going to pack that red on as much as we can and as pretty as we can, because these glitters do, in fact, suck. They suck. But yeah. And then after that, we're going to be moving on to another palette. I really like this palette. It's the Hard Candy palette. That one is, you know, quite lovely, so I do like that. We're gonna grab this red color here. I unfortunately don't have the palette in front of me, so I'm not looking at the names, but it is the only red in that palette, and we are going to kind of create like a darker, I could see it in person, but on camera I'm noticing that you can't really see that darker transition like I was hoping. But then we're going to grab a different kind of brush, a dome brush, and we're going to grab this reddish shimmery color to kind of create some depth, and that did show up. So that's what you see me doing. I'm kind of creating like a smoky eye with the red colors, and my brush was slightly dirty. I think that's why it was coming out much darker than I was expecting, but I'm not mad at it. I was quite pleased with it actually. But yeah, it's like a smoky red, kind of fiery. That was the game plan. Anyways, that's what you see me doing here. And I actually liked it, so I was cool with that. And then the next color that I grabbed to definitely create a smoky eye was the black. So you see me going into the black, and I'm creating like a very small, very soft smoky eye there. Not trying to do anything overpowering, not too dark, but you know, dark enough to be like, yes, this is what qualifies as a smoky eye. And then after that, I grab my makeup wipes, and I'm gonna try to clean up any excess glitter that might have fallen on my face, which it definitely did because these glitters suck, like I said. So I cleaned that up to the best of my ability. And then the next thing I did was grab my gel liner, I think. Let's see what I'm using. Oh, yep. I grabbed my black gel liner from Maybelline, and I created not necessarily a cat eye, but I created a line. There I am trying to show it to the camera, but I created that. And the reason I used the gel liner instead of the regular liner, the regular like marker felt tip liner, was because it was thick and it can go over this glitter catastrophe I got going on. But I really did like how that turned out. I was actually pleased with it. So, you know, patience is a virtue when it comes to these things. When you have to use a medium that you really don't like, you just kind of gotta, like, you know, grit your teeth and move forward. But the gel liner worked fabulous with this. So that's what we did here. Now, just to give you a heads up, I did have a makeup wipe on in front of me, and as I was going through with the gel liner, I was wiping off the excess glitter because it did cake up on my angled brush. So now here I am starting with my face routine, and I'm using Maybelline's Baby Soft Baby Face primer. I'm so sorry. It's Baby Something primer, and I'm using that to prime my face first, and then I will go in with my Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Foundation in color 356 Warm Coconut. And as you can see, I am dabbing that on with a wet beauty blender. I'm going all over my face with that. This is basically my normal, regular, schmegler routine. I have made some changes recently with my routine. I don't know if you guys are aware or if you noticed, but I'm with this particular face, I used the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Fawn instead of my regular Age Rewind, only because of the colors, you know. I just wanted something a little more bold, so I went with that one. I felt like the Age Rewind is more, you know, chill. So I was going for a more bold look. So, and then I'm using a wet beauty blender to blend all that out. And we're blending, blending. Yeah, I suck at singing. So that's what I'm doing here. And then after that, I grab my Black Opal finishing powder, and I use that to highlight, and it's in the color medium, and I love that stuff. Like, I'm not even really baking with my translucent powder anymore. This is like mostly just this. Look at that color, it's like gorgeous. It's like bright enough to brighten, but not, you know, too bright to like cause like, you know, flashback issues, you feel me? So I love this powder. This powder is bomb.com. Yeah, please forgive me. I was singing. Obviously, my jam was on. Jeez, I looked crazy just now. But, yeah. So what I'm doing right there in the corner of my eye, I'm just basically taking my powder in medium and getting up in the corners where I couldn't get with my blending brush. And then I'm taking a fluffy brush and I'm brushing that off. And then I'm taking my powder in the color Cafe for my face. I'm basically kind of just even out my complexion a little bit so that's not too flat. And then I'm grabbing my angled fluffy brush to contour with. I don't remember what song it was, but it must have been Bomb. I'm sorry. But yeah, I love to listen to music while I'm doing my makeup. So that's basically what you see going on. I would, you know, let it play, but I'm not trying to have any copyright strikes. So there you go. And then I'm going in the corners of my eye with that purpley, pinky, iridescent color. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm grabbing that out of the hard candy palette. And I'm doing that in the corner of my eye just to basically brighten things up. Tighten up that snatchism. Tighten up my contour a little bit. And if you guys notice, I don't contour my nose anymore. I feel like it's not necessary. And then I'm lining my under eye there with a black liner. Just right. Okay, so once I got my liner on, I am taking a flat brush and I'm gonna smudge that out a little bit. Smudging, and I'm checking it out, and then I go and I put my lashes on. So now I'm using this beautiful eyeshadow as a blush because I love it. I'm such a weirdo using eyeshadow as a blush, but it is what it is. This is eyeshadow. It's from Sephora, and I'll try to leave it in the description below. But I love that stuff because I think it's amazing. And then here I am overlining my lips, but I fix that later. But that's what I do. This is just a very dark brown. It's not black, I promise. It's a dark brown liner. And the other liner I use has a little more red in it, but I'm using my dark brown one because I wanted to kind of go for like a little bit of an ombre. And then here is my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Red. I think it's called Pioneer. I'm not sure, but it's basically a red matte lipstick. And I'm putting that on, and like I said, I make sure that I got everything in the lines because we don't want our lips looking weird. So there you go. And this is pretty much the finished look. I'm going to take my twists out, and then I will be back in a hot second, okay? I'll be right back. And that's how I got this beautiful fiery red. I want to call it a smoky eye, but yeah, we'll figure that out as far as titling goes. But let me tell you something about this glitter palette. It's called the Beauty Sequins Glitter Palette, and I got it off of Amazon. I think it might have been 10 bucks or something like that. I think that, oh. Wow. Yeah. The reason I don't like this palette is because the pigments barely stay on your face. It's really hard to keep them on your face. And they're very, very cheap. I tried my best with this to get some use out of it because I'm not going to keep wasting my coin by buying things that, you know, just end up not having any value. I'm going to use them until I can't use them anymore. It just is what it is. So that's why I decided to use it today. If you wanted to recreate this look, I'm pretty sure that there's hundreds and hundreds of places where you can get some pretty decent glitter from. NYX carries really good glitter and stuff like that. That's a lot better than this glitter palette. But I bought it. Levert. Recording. But like I said, I bought it, so I'm going to use it. So I hope you enjoyed this beautiful look. I call it the fiery red something smoky eye. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. We're going to figure it out. But be on the lookout for more tutorials with different colors. All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned.